This message did not appear by accident or through some random algorithm. It is the universe responding to a silent question your soul has been carrying within for far too long. If you have been trying to convince yourself to move forward while deep inside this connection still pulls strongly at your heart, understand that your emotions are real and your love carries a spiritual purpose. You are not imagining this intensity, and you are certainly not walking this path alone, because this connection exists at the deepest soul level. If you want the complete truth about why this person truly loves you, hit like right now. Do not lose hope, because you are standing very close to a manifestation that has quietly been prepared for both of you behind the scenes. Distance is only an illusion hiding an energetic thread that cannot truly be broken. And they feel your absence just as powerfully as you feel theirs. Trust that the silence between you is being used by destiny to awaken both hearts. Stay firm within your heart and resist the temptation to walk away. Comment, "I will not give up," if you are still holding on to this person, because what destiny has joined together cannot easily be separated. Your intuition continues to speak the truth about a love that still exists. This lingering feeling is not some trick created by the mind, but a soul connection the universe refuses to allow to disappear. Someone genuinely loves you and thinks about you far more often than they reveal. And this is only the beginning of something meaningful and beautiful. If you are ready to embrace this truth, feel it deeply inside your heart. The intensity you carry exists because this connection holds a purpose far greater than ordinary logic or temporary silence. Even if they seem distant or emotionally cold, the universe whispers that love often hides itself behind fear as a form of protection. What belongs to you energetically cannot truly leave, and your soul keeps reminding you that this journey is still very much alive. Your heart keeps returning to them because you are being guided carefully through this sacred path. Share this if you believe in the unseen power of the universe. They think about you much more often than they would ever confess to anyone. They feel your energy, your silence, and your absence deeply within themselves. They notice whenever your name appears in conversation or drifts through their thoughts unexpectedly. They remember certain moments without warning whenever something reminds them of you. They revisit old messages or memories they cannot completely erase from their mind. They feel an emptiness inside themselves that they struggle to explain clearly. And even if you believe they have already moved on, the truth is that they have not truly done so. If you think you mean nothing to them, that belief is mistaken. If you believe they forgot you completely, they did not. Some emotions cannot disappear so quickly. Certain memories never fully fade away. There are signs that continue following them wherever they go. There are moments when they suddenly stop in the middle of whatever they are doing because something unexpectedly reminds them of you. The universe has witnessed every part of this story since the very beginning. But how can you truly know this connection is still alive right now in this very moment? If this person feels your absence deeply, how does it appear inside your world? It reveals itself through your emotions and even through your body as unmistakable signals. The first powerful sign that this connection remains active is emotional telepathy between souls. This person is not distant because they do not care about you. They are distant because the depth of these emotions frightens them at times. Some souls love with such intensity that they pull away for a moment simply to catch their breath. So, while you keep wondering why everything feels frozen or delayed, the universe is quietly telling you that nothing has truly stopped moving. The story continues unfolding, even if you cannot clearly see the movement yet. In reality, the emotions inside this person are becoming even stronger than before. They are simply hidden deep beneath the surface, where you cannot easily see them. Yet within those hidden spaces, destiny is already working steadily behind the scenes. This inner movement affects your energy directly, and it often appears in ways you mistake for stress, confusion, or random emotional changes. When this person thinks about you with intense emotion, their energy travels through the spiritual thread connecting your souls together. Comment soul if you feel a deep soul bond with this person despite the silence between you. That energy reaches you in unexpected moments. Sometimes it arrives as sudden sadness or a heavy feeling inside your chest without any visible reason at all. It is not only your sadness, but theirs brushing against your own energy field. Another common sign is the sudden appearance of memories from nowhere. An image of them, a moment you shared, or words they once spoke suddenly appear with such vivid clarity that it forces you to pause and reflect deeply. That is not coincidence in any form. That is the universe confirming what your intuition has been trying to tell you all along. This connection remains alive and powerful. You continue to live within their heart far more than you currently realize. It is their soul quietly sending a message to yours across the distance between you. You may even experience physical sensations such as sudden warmth in your chest, face, or hands. This often happens in the exact moments they think about you with longing or affection. That warmth is the energy of their love reaching toward you gently. And when fear rises within them, causing them to withdraw emotionally, you may suddenly feel a chill, a sinking feeling in your stomach, or an unexpected wave of emptiness, almost as though something briefly left your energy field. This is the effect of their inner conflict revealing itself through the connection. Another very noticeable sign is the appearance of music that touches your emotions deeply. You may hear a song tied to shared memories, or even a completely new melody that strangely reminds you of them. This is not random at all. It is guided. The universe often uses sound as an invisible bridge and spiritual signal. It reminds you that this connection remains active and that this person is thinking about you intensely. When they hear your name and something emotional stirs inside them, that vibration travels through the energetic thread between you. You then feel a similar emotional shift within yourself. There are nights when they think about you right before falling asleep. There are mornings when the memory of you tightens their chest unexpectedly with emotion. Even if they try to appear strong through silence, the universe still sees the truth hidden beneath their actions. It sees the vulnerability they cannot openly express yet. Your intuition has likely become stronger recently. If you notice that feeling, if you sense movement within the spiritual dimension, even during days when you try convincing yourself to let go, then listen carefully to that feeling. It is not obsession, and it is not dependency. It is clarity guiding you forward. The universe continues showing you through subtle signs that this love still exists. Invisible threads continue connecting your hearts regardless of any distance between you. Thoughts travel silently without words from one soul to another. The love this person carries for you is not something they can simply switch off overnight. It is a love struggling against its own fears while trying to understand itself fully. Type yes if you want deeper insights from Carl Jung into this powerful soul connection. This person tries to resist their feelings even though they cannot fully succeed. Your presence has left such a lasting imprint upon their soul that sometimes they cannot even admit the truth completely to themselves. And that is exactly why you must not lose faith in this connection. By now, you have likely realized that what you feel is not an illusion, but a truth confirmed repeatedly by the energy flowing between you. Yet another question still rises within the mind. Why is this bond so strong that neither time nor distance can completely erase it? The answer exists within destiny itself. What many people describe as a soul agreement is unfolding here. You must understand this connection was never an accident or a random encounter. It was never simply a temporary attraction meant to disappear when difficulties appeared. This bond is the result of a higher design and a spiritual agreement formed long before you entered this physical life. It is a pact of awakening, growth, healing, and transformation for both souls. When two souls are connected through destiny, the energy between them refuses to allow permanent separation until the purpose behind the connection has been fulfilled. That is why both of you have tried letting go, yet somehow failed each time in the end. That is why forgetting one another feels impossible regardless of how much effort you make. And that is one of the clearest signs that this is a genuine soul connection. What is only human can break apart under pressure. What is destined survives through every challenge. The universe would never allow something essential for your spiritual journey to disappear simply because one of you became afraid temporarily. The love you feel is not something created only by the mind. It comes from a higher source beyond fear and beyond logic itself. The reason their name remains within you, even when you try pushing it away, is because your soul continues honoring this spiritual promise completely. And deep down, their soul remembers it too, even if their mind still struggles to understand what their heart already knows. There are connections in this world that cannot be explained through ordinary words because they exist beyond the surface level of human understanding. This is why, no matter how much time passes, something inside both of you keeps returning to this bond again and again. The universe does not create such intensity without reason. Every emotion you feel, every sign you notice, every sudden memory, every emotional shift, and every moment where their energy seems to reach you unexpectedly is part of a larger spiritual unfolding that is still happening right now. Even during silence, the connection continues breathing beneath the surface. Even during distance, the energy continues moving. And even during moments of doubt, the soul still remembers what the heart cannot fully forget. So, do not allow temporary appearances to convince you that this story is over. Some connections require patience because they are transforming both people from within before they fully come together externally. The universe often works in silence before it reveals its greatest manifestations openly. What you are experiencing now may simply be preparation for something much deeper that has not fully arrived yet. Continue trusting your intuition because it has been guiding you toward this truth from the very beginning. The heart recognizes what the soul already knows. And if this connection keeps returning to your spirit, no matter how many times you try to silence it, then perhaps there is a reason the universe refuses to let it disappear completely. Some people enter your life for a season. Others arrive carrying a purpose written into the soul long before either of you were born. And perhaps this person is one of those rare connections your spirit was always meant to encounter. It acts like an energetic anchor, constantly keeping you connected to the deeper truth of this bond. When the connection continues to live on, and when the memories still carry emotional weight, it is because the universe continues revealing the authenticity of what exists between you both. It is destiny quietly whispering to remain calm and steady through this period. This journey belongs to a higher intelligence, and the timing is being arranged with precision and care. There is something essential you must understand about the design of destiny within all of this. There is no true confusion here, only pauses that are necessary for emotional growth and spiritual alignment. The universe never places someone into heartbreak without meaning behind it. If silence exists now, it is not the final chapter. It is simply a stage of rearrangement and preparation taking place beyond what you can currently see. Destiny is working deeply within this person so they may eventually return stronger, more aware, and emotionally prepared. The universe does not want you to receive someone who is only partially ready, nor does it wish for you to remain trapped in fear and uncertainty forever. That is why the bond never fully breaks. It bends, it softens, it rests for a while, but it never completely disappears. At its center, the connection remains untouched, ensuring that your paths will cross again when the proper moment arrives. What seems like a painful delay is actually the time this person requires to heal old wounds, confront buried fears, and approach this soul connection with greater maturity and understanding. The silence confusing you right now is not the absence of love. In many ways, it is evidence of the opposite. Spiritually, they are overwhelmed by the intensity of what they feel. To understand why they pulled away, you must first understand the nature of this silence and what is unfolding inside them at this very moment. This person is facing emotions far deeper than anything they have encountered before. You, with your intuition and emotional awareness, can already sense the depth of this connection clearly. They cannot fully grasp it yet. The intensity of this love, the power of this bond, and the realization that you may truly be the person they searched for all along has shaken them internally. Their silence is not rejection. It is vulnerability expressing itself through fear. Like an injured animal retreating into hiding for protection, they withdraw to process what they are feeling. They do this to regain balance and shield themselves from emotions that at times feel far too powerful to manage. This distance is their attempt to understand emotions they cannot easily explain. They believe that stepping away, remaining silent, or pretending to ignore the connection will somehow quiet the emotional storm inside them. It creates a temporary sense of control that they desperately seek. But the universe wants you to understand something clearly. This behavior comes from emotional confusion, not from lack of care or affection. Silence is simply the voice of fear speaking loudly inside them. And this fear exists because what they feel for you is among the most real and intense emotions they have ever known in life. They are not frightened of you as a person. They are frightened by the overwhelming strength of their own emotions toward you. Part of them fears that if they surrender completely to this connection, losing you someday would create unbearable pain, so they step backward before the bond grows even deeper than it already has. Internally, they are fighting against themselves every single day. Their mind, shaped by past disappointments and emotional scars, keeps warning them to stay careful and guarded. It whispers, "Do not trust this feeling too quickly." Yet their soul continues reaching toward you, repeating your presence inside them over and over again. Silence becomes the battlefield where this inner conflict unfolds. But even within this quiet phase, the universe is not inactive. Something powerful is slowly taking shape beneath the surface. An invisible force is developing, one that will eventually push them to face everything they have been avoiding. Destiny keeps placing signs, reminders, emotional triggers, and situations in their path that force them to remember the connection they tried to suppress. The absence of your energy creates an emptiness within them that distractions cannot fully replace. Every attempt they make to fill that space only reminds them more strongly of how meaningful this connection truly is. So, whenever you begin believing their silence means indifference, pause for a moment and reflect deeply. Silence is not emotional apathy. It is evidence of a struggle happening inside their heart right now. It is the map of someone being pushed by the universe to confront unresolved pain before they can approach you in a healthier and more conscious way. To truly understand this phase and allow healing to happen naturally, you must understand what they are battling internally. Their distance does not come from absence of love. It comes from emotional armor they built over many years of pain, disappointment, rejection, and fear. And now, slowly but surely, the universe is dismantling that armor piece by piece. That protective shield is the greatest obstacle standing between them and the future they could share with you. At the same time, the love you radiate, pure, unconditional, and deeply sincere, reflects back to them a light they have not seen within themselves for years. For someone who has experienced emotional wounds, it can feel terrifying to see themselves reflected so clearly. In those moments, their ego reacts automatically, trying to protect them from pain that technically no longer exists but still survives in memory. The true source of their fear is not the future. It is the past still living inside them. It is the fear that this profound connection could someday end in the same way previous experiences ended, through betrayal, heartbreak, disappointment, or abandonment. That is exactly why the universe is guiding them through an intense inner transformation now. Share this message with someone who may be losing hope in their soul connection too soon. This is a kind of emotional darkness they must pass through alone, a stage where they are forced to confront shadows, fears, insecurities, and unresolved emotional patterns carried for years. This period of silence and isolation is necessary for growth. It forces them to face themselves honestly, heal emotional wounds, and release burdens they have carried for far too long. The universe is slowly removing every escape route they once used to avoid these truths. It is pushing them towards self-confrontation and toward admitting what they genuinely feel for you deep inside. This experience is not punishment. It is purification, a process that strips away outdated defenses, limiting beliefs, and emotional blockages that prevented true intimacy before. When they return, it should not happen because they are emotionally dependent on you. It should happen because they have finally become emotionally whole within themselves. You represent both healing and challenge in their life. You are comfort, yet also an exception they cannot easily explain. Their ego resists this connection, but their soul recognizes its truth immediately. The love coming from you is too meaningful, too genuine, and too powerful for them to deny forever. Destiny continues reminding them repeatedly that no emotional wall, no avoidance, and no defense mechanism can permanently stand against a connection rooted in higher purpose. But this separation is not only about their healing journey. While the universe works on their fears, it is also transforming you at the same time. You are learning how to love deeply without abandoning yourself in the process. You are learning how to remain centered, balanced, and trusting even when physical reassurance is absent. Destiny is shaping you into someone steadier while simultaneously making them braver, ensuring that your reunion eventually comes from emotional wholeness rather than desperation or dependency. The speed at which this manifestation unfolds depends greatly on your ability to trust. Certainty strengthens the flow of energy, while fear and doubt create resistance against it. By remaining grounded in trust, your energy naturally becomes magnetic, attracting what belongs to you without needing to chase or force anything. Words themselves carry creative energy. Speaking your trust out loud shifts your internal vibration and opens spiritual pathways for alignment to occur. Declare your faith clearly to the universe and observe how reality slowly begins arranging itself in your favor. If this message brought comfort or clarity into your heart, comment "Jung was right" below. Magnetic detachment teaches that true attraction emerges from peace rather than obsession, anxiety, or emotional fixation. Chasing energy only creates resistance, but when you release the need to control outcomes, you allow the soul connection to move naturally and freely. This separation was never meant as punishment. It was a necessary activation designed to prepare both of you for the highest expression of love possible. Your emotional stability acts like a lighthouse, quietly guiding them back through their own darkness without pressure, guilt, or force. The universe is simply reorganizing reality so you can receive a relationship that is conscious, mature, lasting, and emotionally healthy. Trust that this distance serves your growth, and remember that what is truly destined for you can never genuinely be lost. Release the need to understand every detail of how things will happen and simply trust that the process is already unfolding. This pause is not punishment, it is preparation, a silent training ground, allowing this connection to evolve into its strongest and most mature form. The bond between you became so intense and overwhelming that without healing and awareness, it might have collapsed beneath the weight of unhealed wounds and old emotional habits. The first hidden purpose behind this separation is the strengthening and maturing of the connection itself. When your paths first crossed, both of you reacted from unresolved pain, emotional fear, and protective reflexes built from the past.